Okay, so I'm looking in chat. We said MintyFlesh. I didn't say MintyFresh. I'm paying attention. I'm trying to make sure I don't mess up anybody's names throughout the day. So I'm trying to find that pool as well. Looks like we're getting into game one now. We've got Mega Man versus Zelda.
Okay. Yeah, we were talking about defensive play. Definitely going to be a lot of that. What I'm interested in seeing is how MintyFlesh is able to really mix up that movement, especially with Rush. There's a really good Mega Man in Connecticut by the name of Blitz Luigi, and one thing he does better than any other Mega Man I've seen, his movement vertically is just so clean. And I think that's what you need to really look out for here against SweetLew. Already doing a good job, just kind of poking out with Mega Man's really good zoning and spacing tools.
Yeah, one of the good things that Minty has going for them is the fact that you can bait SweetLew to come forward. You have those short hop pellets, you have the ability to frustrate, so even with that, the Nehru's left, you can make SweetLew kind of maneuver in a way that you can bait that out and get a nice hard punish. So far keeping it dead even though, and SweetLew gonna answer right back, gonna get the get up in the left side of the stage and close it out.
Yeah. Getting that nice fire move going right there. Gonna look for the Phantom. Oh, yeah, looking for the Phantom there, but MintyFlesh is trying to kind of poke at him right now, looking for these down airs to space him out. Gets the nice forward air, not gonna take it yet though. You know, looking for the edge guard, but gets upbeat aggressively, but for that nice conversion.
Yeah, there you go, getting the saw into back air, finding that jump from stage. SweetLew, they were doing a very solid job of trying to hold down the ground, but once you're buried up against the corner like that, against the Mega Man, it can get stressful because they have multiple projectile confirms into KOs, like we saw from Minty.
Yeah, and even if you're not looking for those confirms, Mega Man can just whittle you down, you know, just with these pellets, saw blades. You don't really have to go for something aggressive a lot of times, so Mega Man can constantly mix you up in their neutral like that, even when they're at a bit of a deficit. You're starting to see it here, you know, hit them with pellets and then go up high with these down airs, just playing vertically so well.
Yeah, you saw Minty was just dropping pellets on, forcing the up tilts, looking like making it so SweetLew was looking for an anti-air because you bait the idea of jumping in. Now you're not taking too much damage, but it makes it so you might figure out, okay, SweetLew wants to react constantly. When I do something here, that means I could look for an option afterwards, looking for the landing in, and then I thought they were looking for a Shoryuken at that point, but good job not pulling the trigger. That could have been a hard punish. And SweetLew buried up against the wall, but holding the ground well, not losing to any time.
Oh, yeah, nice little Shoryu coming out. The Shoryu is coming out. One thing I like a lot from MintyFlesh at this point is what they're doing is they're using that Crash Bomber, that side B a lot, to kind of bait SweetLew. You know, they're not getting huge punishes, but they're using the conditions SweetLew to play in a kind of scared way. And then once you're scared against Mega Man, they can get so many big conversions. You know, especially going with Rush and then the up airs into you know, the saw blade confirms. Just playing scared against Mega Man is not something you want to do, and SweetFlesh is conditioning that perfectly.
Yeah, something I do like out of SweetLew so far though is that after the mess up of the teleport, wasn't afraid to continue to go for that. It's easy to kind of like convince yourself not to go for it because you got punished, but still looking for the same consistent kill option, trying to set up the trap, looking for the early recovery. And I like the idea of going for F tilt. You haven't gone for that over the past few, and up throw should take it. There you go, getting it back to even, only taking 42%. Very, very close game here in game one.
Yeah, using that neutral B there, starting to use the neutral B a little bit more. You know, not overusing it so much as like every time you get hit, we were talking about that kind of habit, but starting to use it a lot better to try to reflect all these projectiles. You know, MintyFlesh obviously has a way to mix it up, you know, back air, forward air, and then just timings in general on everything. But you're seeing this adaptation start come out. We're only in game one here.
Yeah, and so far, I mean, even behind the percent, SweetLew still has the clutch factors. You have those forward airs, you have those back airs, and just the kill power of Zelda. But the key thing is getting called out on the jump, gonna be forced to recover low and going early. I like the idea. He was able to get a hitbox out, but unfortunately a little bit early on the pole there, and the forward smash is gonna take it. Minty taking game one.
Yeah, no, I think that was a great performance coming out from Minty. I think just the biggest factor is how much range Mega Man can control. You think of it as kind of a horizontal character a lot of times because you're throwing out the pellets, you're throwing out all your projectiles, but when you use Rush to kind of control this entire range of the middle of the stage, it's so difficult to get past because every option that you go for, you can cover effectively. And then when you mix in things like Leaf Shield, Crash Bomber, just kind of use the full range of the toolkit. I do like, though, the adaptations defensively we saw coming out from SweetLew. I think if we see a little bit more of that, we could get a closer game 2 and maybe even bring this to a game 3 for the set.
Yeah, I agree. One of the things that Zelda is so good at is getting people who, really punishing people who like to hold forward. Get just a little bit too aggressive, not the best neutral game opens, and not really good at opening you up. But when you're playing someone like Mega Man, where you can bait and punish that and kind of just tick damage up over and over again, Minty was able to shut that down a bit. SweetLew still kept it very close, even having to play slightly different, but played very well in that game 1.
We're going to be going to Kalos for this next game here. I think this is a good pick. I think this is honestly a stage that can benefit either character here.
Now, you brought up Blitz Luigi earlier. This stage is actually very solid for Mega Man in terms of being able to get Crash Bomber setups on the side, being able to not only extend your own recovery by shooting it there and then exploding off your own hit, but get some really interesting tech mix-ups. I get why SweetLew wanted to go here as well, though, because it's a full stage. There's no platforms to really jump around on. However, currently getting mixed up a bunch on shield, not really able to find an answer to all these leaf shields, and taking a lot of damage in exchange.
Yeah, I do think Mega Man with walls in general, not only about the Crash Bomber, but you're able to find these. Your opponent can sometimes kind of dip under the ledge and not have to worry about these spikes. That's not the case with this stage. Mega Man can throw those down airs. It's obviously not free. Your opponent can tech, but you can kind of just throw it out to punish you a lot of times if your recoveries start to get too linear. So it'd be interesting to see how SweetLew's able to kind of adapt, but Minty definitely looking strong so far in this game too.
Yeah, Minty playing, he's kind of playing around shield a lot, like we said before with the leaf shield, but not just that, stalling with that downer, putting a lot of pressure out and baiting those early up smashes or early out of shield options out of SweetLew. You still have the kill power, but that back air not going to do it just yet. The width really of Kalos kind of coming in there, but another one of those will probably take the stock.
Yeah, and actually using that Crash Bomber to beat out Phantom. You're starting to see him throw it out a lot there in the neutral when he thinks a Phantom may be coming, and because that Minty's able to beat this option pretty often. But like you said, that factor, just throwing the kick and getting the stock there, but gonna get the easy return there with the back air. We're all even, 2 stocks apiece here in this game too.
Yeah, revenge KO right away, not wasting any time getting that back air. That forcing the low recovery with that side B was solid, but the big thing is, can SweetLew find a way to control the out-of-shield game before it gets to the point where you're able to snipe on those early recoveries? Because I like the idea of going for that there, but it was a little bit out of place, and Minty was able to call it. And Minty's just been really winning on a lot of their early game damage and forcing SweetLew to make comebacks throughout the set.
Yeah, definitely. Going for the S smash, and Minty's starting to punish it a bit more. Needs to get off this side zone. Minty doing such a good job, but as I say that, SweetLew just able to up B onto stage and get out of the pressure.
Yeah, that was that Crash Bomber setup I was talking about before. SweetLew recognizing that that was coming, so going high, because if you go to that side of the stage there and get caught, you could possibly just get hit off of a returning Mega Man with the back air. So you got to be very careful there. Oh, Minty getting called out on the spot. That's been putting a lot of those out at the ledge. And SweetLew finally getting one of those forward smashes in.
Yeah, using a lot of this forward smash, that's another thing I started to notice. They're starting to kind of rely on it a little bit more, at least in kind of the neutral game. Gonna get caught by the S smash there from Mega Man, and gonna get that nice confirm from the Saw Blade, and that's gonna take the stock. 84% can Mega Man a little bit heavier side, so you can definitely run away with this game a little bit if SweetLew is not careful here.
Yeah, like we said before, Mega Man, one of those characters that doesn't really need to rely on opening you up too much. Just finds that one opening with a projectile, gets a kill. Must be nice. But it is definitely one of the things that works in Minty's favor in this matchup. Being able to bait out, look for that Saw Blade KO, and starting to catch it, control a bit of the landings too, because SweetLew's not staying in shield as much as before, kind of jumping around a bit more. There you go, anti-air up smash, not gonna do it just yet. Mega Man's still pretty heavy.
Yeah, just kind of looking to take this stock here, getting a neutral B, looking for the Phantom on that missed tech scenario, but not going to find it quite yet.
There we go, we're looking at what could be potentially the first run to losers if SweetLew cannot close this out. You got to be careful on this recovery. The jump was not called. Wait, just let SweetLew go into ledge.
Kind of does that little, kind of started him with a walk real quick to ledge there. You know, definitely having fun with it, but needs to take the stock. SweetLew looking for the ass smash. Yeah, that's
there it is.
be...
Drag down back air into Shoryuken, baiting out the Nehru's love right there too. Just kind of throwing Saw down in front rather than putting it behind, not letting the reflector actually go off. And that's an easy way to bait somebody out of shield. Unfortunately, that's a wrong mistake, but great gameplay from Minty. Really kind of controlling. Again, the out of shield game was the big thing. When you play against a Zelda, one of the strongest aspects they have is that